Hi, everyone. It's Plastic EP. That's right, coming in from Melbourne, Australia. Got a fantastic panel, and we've got a very special show. Scott McKinley, tell everyone to do the big intro. Build that up.
Well, hi, everyone, and welcome to the Plastic EP 2023 Christmas special. Hey, for the holidays.
Hey, that's fantastic. We've got Nathan Liu there. We got Fred Velez, and we got Daniel Costin. I love Daniel. He's the only guy with a level head. I just love that guy. All right, Scott, what are you going to get up to over Christmas?
I'm visiting family out in Pennsylvania here in the United States, and otherwise celebrating with other family here in New Jersey in the United States.
Okay, who's spending all their money on Beatles stuff this Christmas? Everybody else does. All the money just keeps flowing into the Beatles. Nathan Liu, what do you got there you want to show us?
Well, there's always talk about the lost Paul McCartney bass, which Paul hasn't gotten back, and Hofner gave him another bass, and it's this bass. So this is a reissue of Paul McCartney's bass, and I just got it not too long ago. It's got a beautiful flame, and they still make them exactly like they did in 1963. They don't make this model anymore, but this bass sounds great. It sounds like the bass that he played on Help and all that stuff, and I just wanted to show you guys. It's made in Germany, so it's a real Hofner bass, and I really enjoy that. And Merry Christmas to everybody in the world.
A big hello to Michael Ventrella now that just joined us. How are you, Michael?
I'm doing fine. I can only stay for about half an hour, but
stay as long as you want.
Happy Christmas.
Stay as long as you want. And show us your new book if you got it there. Don't worry, I love it. I love it. I love it how I always get people. Okay, tell us what it is. It's not Bonanza. What is it?
Beatles on the charts. Yes, it's I go through every single Beatles album and single that ever made the Billboard charts, and then organize them based on how well they did. So the higher they got on the charts, the more they stayed on, the longer they are. And of course, I'm working on updating it because now we have a new single I'd have to add on to it for the updated edition.
That's great. Just show us the cover again and tell everyone where they can spend their Christmas money from today. Go online and buy it. Tell them where they can
go
buy
online and buy it anywhere. Amazon, Barnes and Nobles. I will be at the Beatles Fest in New York in a couple of months too, and I'll have them there as well.
Yay!
Fantastic. Go and buy that book. Now, Plastic EP hasn't written a book, but don't worry about it. I've had offers, and I'm sure it's going to be a short book. Right? I don't like long books. And I actually like more pictures in it. Someone said to me, look, let's do a book and we'll show all your collectibles. And I said, okay, we'll think about that. Now, Fred Velez, what do you got to show us? Show everybody out there your Christmas stuff or what you've collected.
Okay, you mentioned the Beatles. Well, I had to get this, of course, now and then.
Yay!
And let me show you the vinyl version I got.
Nice.
There you go. With the Parlophone on one side and Apple on the other. And this is the color I got.
That's great. Light blue.
The marble blue. Yep. And
I've got to say, the great thing with your camera there, it moves with your head. You make a movement, it follows you around. It's like having a cameraman there. I reckon. That's great. Continue.
Anyway, I also got this recently, Bernie Taupin's autobiography.
Yep.
Which this is signed by Bernie Taupin.
Even better.
Nice.
Even better. Very nice. And recently, I got this book, The History of Bootleg Records, the Mark of Quality book, the famous.
I'm just waiting to see. Did you get the new Mickey Dolenz books?
Did I? Well, I'm saving that in a minute.
Same.
I'm building towards the suspense.
You go towards it because we don't want the show to run to the new year, right?
All right, got it. I got Cliff Richard's new album, Cliff with Strings, which is very cool.
That's great.
I got this recently, a 1962 live Cliff in the Shadows CD, which is nice. And
it's got to have Move It on it, his first single, Move It.
Yeah, and then to show to Scott, signed Cliff Richard CDs.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Really nice.
And
just
this
send
one,
that to Melbourne.
We'll see what we can do. And now,
Da, da, da.
I have to get a crane for this one.
Yeah, go for it. Must be the Mickey book.
Yep.
Gotta work out to pick that one
Wow.
up.
Yeah, oh, look at that. Look at
There you
that.
go. How's
Just
that?
just scan a few pages there. Just open a few pages. Now, I just want to
Okay,
say,
well, this is
Plastic
just
EP
the, that's
interview
just
there.
the inner
Yeah, that's right.
sleeve right
That's
there. And then let me see.
That's a
Well, not that
fantastic book.
one. Okay, I gotta be careful with this thing because it's
Of course.
heavy as anything.
Try not to pull any muscles.
Well, I'm trying not to pull the book apart.
Yeah, yeah,
Now, I
yeah.
also want to say, Plastic interviewed Andrew
And-
Sandoval about the book. I want you all to go and
And
watch that
there's,
interview, right? It's
You
fantastic.
can see Jimi Hendrix there.
Mm-hmm.
The Hendrix
yeah.
pictures alone are amazing, particularly
Yeah.
I know.
photos from Greensboro.
Yeah, and they're taken from the negatives. They're not like they're not like just let's take a print or a photo of a photo. They're actually negative.
Yeah, they're
Okay,
they look amazing.
That's I'm done. That did me out. See you guys. I'll stick around.
No, that's great, Fred. Now, what do you want to fill us in there, Daniel? I know you got some things to tell us. Everyone's excited on the edge of their chair.
Hey there,
Well,
I'm Daniel Costin, and you're not. And here's a few bits of news. As you all know, I've been working with the Circle the last 5 years. Actually, I'm hoping to see them in Ohio later this month, including our good friend Dean Castron. Looks like the next single from the upcoming Circle CD will be released by Big Stir Records in about February, and look for a CD release in about March. And I am with a possible third single coming later in the year. I'm really excited. I can't wait for you guys to hear this record. And this will have more new songs, more photos from yours truly, just more good stuff. And I'm really excited about it. And some of y'all know I have a personal project with another 60s band that I've been working on. I finally got some good news about that project today. So you'll have to stay tuned for a future episode of the Plastic EP Show to hear more about that. And I'm working on some other things, some other acts. And I look forward to seeing everybody somewhere in the coming year. And happy Christmas.
I just want to say a big Merry Christmas, right, to Dean Castron and Dale Powers. I want to say we're giant fans of the Ohio Express. I just want to say we love you guys. We really do. And over Christmas, I'll be playing Ohio Express in my car and in my family home. And I'm going somewhere for Christmas dinner, so I'll make sure I'm playing Yummy Yummy and Chewy Chewy and all that because I love it.
And I'll be actually visiting Mansfield, Ohio in the next month, working with another artist. So I'll be sure, Plastic, to send you some pictures from the home of the Ohio Express.
Please do. And I also want to tell you, right, I've got a lot of stuff. I just want to say, Mr. Shampoo, I love him because he tells me, listen, you got some collectibles signed by people and they've given it to you. You should do a show specifically on your collectibles. I'll consider it. But here's a book from Ivor Davis. Ivor Davis is groovy and he's famous. I also want to say, right, he's the greatest. Right, that's the other tag I got. He's written a whole page there for me and Vicky.
Wow.
Right,
Nice.
I just want to say the stuff I got, I won't even talk about it. I also want to thank Pat Graham, right? A lot of people haven't seen this, but this is a book, I believe, from 1967, right? It's on Davy Jones, and it only came out in the UK, right?
Oh yeah.
It's on Davy Jones,
Oh.
and,
Well, that
and
was
no
also
one's got it,
available-
and he sent it to me. Have you seen it before?
Yeah, that was included with Davy Jones's fan club, and that fan club members got that.
Well, it's got to be in 67. That's what I'm saying. It's original. Look,
No, it's
this is from the
it's,
movie Head.
Mhm.
Well, that would have been 68.
Yeah, well, I'm saying this isn't something that's current. I'm pretty sure it's not. This must have come out early, Fred. Yes or no?
It came out like about the 70s, actually, through
All right.
Davy's.
I can
70s,
agree with
early
that because he looks 70s there. I can agree with
Yeah,
that.
yeah, 70s, early 80s.
And for all the Monkeys fans out there, we love the Monkeys. And let me tell you,
Oh,
hey,
yeah.
hey, we're the Monkeys. People say we monkey
yeah.
around. Yeah. Make sure you're playing the Monkeys over Christmas. I will. I've got this box
Yeah,
set. Came out here in Australia. It's 4 CDs. It's the greatest value. It's like $25 Australian. And it's 4 CDs. It's playing in my car 24/7. My car's running at the moment and it's playing.
It's running on the music.
I'm glad you understand that's a gag. I can't waste petrol. What do you think? I'm stupid. I'll be playing that later. Anyway,
So
I want to
Plastic,
say, Sorry, come on, go for it, Mr. Shampoo.
Okay, well, I just wanted to share something that I found out recently, and I'm super happy about it. And Paul McCartney's going to release Band on the Run,
Yep.
undubbed, and it's a version of an early mix that Jeff Emmerich made, and there's not going to be any orchestration on it. And Paul McCartney asked Jeff Emmerich to make him an early mix of that, so they're going to release this album undubbed without orchestration. And if you heard the story about Paul McCartney, he got mugged in Lagos,
Yeah, that's
and
right.
they took the version of Band on the Run, but that was just a copy apparently. So they do have the version with Danny Sewell and Henry McCulloch on it, and hopefully they'll release that. And I hope they do, because that was a full band doing on Band on the Run, not just McCartney and Denny Lane. God bless Denny. He was great on that album. And this is a Japanese version of Band on the Run that my big brother gave me, and it's absolutely mint. And they sound the best. They got the best vinyl. And I've never seen posters like this. I mean, they're just so different.
Yeah.
And also got to say, there's an anniversary version of Band on the Run coming out too. I don't know if you know that. It's on the net, anniversary version. What is it, 50 years old or something? How old is it now?
Yes, it'll be 50.
I knew it.
And if you go on YouTube right now, Paul McCartney has exclusively given you Bound on the Run without any kind of orchestration. Now you got to realize that these tracks sound so different without the orchestration, right? They just sound rough or, just bare, and it sounds pretty cool. If you go on YouTube, you can hear it, and I can't wait to hear the whole album unorchestrated.
Right.
I think it's gonna, because people don't know it's just Denny Lane, Paul McCartney, and Linda McCartney, and Paul playing drums, right?
Right.
It
That's
sounds
right.
very
All the
similar.
instruments.
It's fantastic.
sounds-
Keep going. I've got to show something.
Yeah, it sounds very similar to the John Lennon Double Fantasy stripped down.
Oh, I
Where-
love that version.
Yeah, it's a very good.
Oh,
If you can find this, it's really good to get. And I think you can download it too.
It is.
But
Yeah.
you get
And
the
the-
And Fred, I hope they release that version where they have the full band, because Danny Sewell was a better drummer than Paul McCartney, and
Mhm.
Henry McCulloch was a great guitarist. And it was, I would like to hear what it would have sounded like in the first place. Instead
Well,
of
it's just
had-
it's not all the songs though. It's just the title song.
no,
no,
well,
it's all the songs.
he's doing
It's all
at
the-
least 9 out of the 11.
the
right.
whole album, I think. But he's released Band on the Run so we can hear it, and it's the part where it changes, you hear the 12 string coming. It's just so beautiful. Have you heard it, Michael? Or Fred?
Not yet. No, I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah,
You got to hear
Yeah,
it.
me too.
All right.
It's just so beautiful.
My favorite Paul McCartney album of all time. This is just me. I'm not knocking Band on the Run. I'm not knocking Speed of Sound or whatever. I'm very fussy over the albums I listen to. But
I
for
know
me,
what it is.
Red Rose Speedway is the one that I play 24/7, right? What's that first song? Big Barn
Big
Door?
Big
Barn
on
Bed.
bed.
Big Barn
Yeah,
Bet.
Big Barn Bed, is it? See, that was a confusing title because I thought it was Big Barn Door, right? Anyway, got that playing from the start to the end, and I just love it, And it's not only that, people are getting more into the Paul McCartney albums now more than ever. Also, the great thing about Christmas, don't wait for people to buy you presents. Go and buy them yourself. Like I went on the net and I bought this. Dave Davies from the Kinks, right? This is his new book. Check it out.
Wow, very
Fab or
cool.
not. Plastic EP hasn't got time to read books, but he does look at the pictures. Right? Went out and bought the Pink Panther DVDs there.
Oh, cool.
When I see something that's value, I buy value. Here's the box tops, right?
Yay.
Australian CD. Now, Daniel Costin and myself interviewed, who was it from the box tops that we
Levy.
love?
It was Rick Levy from the current iteration of the Box Tops, and I'll mention that Rick and the Box Tops will be in the Carolinas. They'll be in Myrtle Beach in January, so please check them out.
Ooh.
Now, where's the picture of him there in the train?
All right.
He's at the front. Is he on the
Rick is not on the CD. Actually, no, sorry, it was Gary. I think Gary is. I can't remember which
is
one
he
is
on the
Gary.
picture there or not?
He's in the picture. Yes, he is.
Where is he?
I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to look into that myself. So that'll be
Come
a
on,
further
Daniel. I expect you to see him. Not going to take my glasses off and have a
glasses
look.
on. Hey, you know.
Come
Hey.
on. You're supposed to be
You know,
level-headed. Where is he?
classic.
Where is he? You got to
Oh.
recognize the face.
He's the driver. You don't see him.
Exactly. He's the
He's the
bull
one
striker.
taking the. He's the one taking the
The
picture.
picture, yes.
Thank you. That's where I
And
always
as I said, Christmas 2023, it's been a fantastic year. You know, I want everyone out there to be happy. That's the main thing now. And just carry on with your lives. Do whatever you can. Make yourselves happy. That's the main thing. I turn off the news. I'm too busy listening to music.
Let me
Whatever.
ask you a question if you get a chance.
You go for it.
Can I? After doing this book, I started thinking, who else could I do a book about with the Billboard charts? And I started working on one for Elton John. Do you think people would be interested in that?
Oh
Because I got to
yeah.
have someone who's got a long enough chart history
Yeah.
in order to fill a book.
Yep.
And there just aren't that many other than the Beatles.
That's actually a good point because everybody wants to talk about his kind of his ups and downs, as opposed to the guy's been on the charts now over
Yeah.
60
Yeah.
days.
He's still on the charts right now. You know, his greatest hits albums are always there. And so he's
Yeah.
he's another person like the Beatles who there's very few weeks when he's not on the chart. So I
Right.
started
Well-
working on that for my next project. So
I reckon it's a
I
great
wanted to
he's
see
idea.
if
done a
you guys
lot.
would be interested in that. That's all. If that's something that you think would be of interest to people. Because
Well,
he
he's
doesn't
got a
have
lot
a
of
following
fans.
like the Beatles does, but he still has a lot of fans.
He does.
Mhm.
And you got the Bernie Taupman book, so that's a good one. They can buy your book and buy the Bernie one too.
There you
Well,
go.
I got Elton John's biography that he wrote last year, a couple years ago, Me.
Yeah.
So that
Yeah,
was very
got
informative. I'm going to use that as part of my research, obviously.
Good. Oh, I just want to point out this Sunday I'm going to be seeing this gentleman, Peter Noon.
Oh, Peter
Oh,
Noon.
that's
Oh.
great.
Oh, wow.
He'll be doing his Christmas show up in Sellersville, PA. So definitely going to
Oh.
enjoy that.
Yeah,
That'll
he
be
does
fun.
that every year. It's great. One of these years I'll get to go.
No, he's
Uh,
good and he's got a funny show. And
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
he's
it's
great.
Vance that wrote this is then, this is now, or this is now, this is then, right? He's one of the musicians with the band.
Mhm.
He did when I was in college. He had not a punk rock band, but a new wave band called the Tremblers.
Right.
That's an excellent album. Oh my God, I play that all the time.
I had that.
I wish he would come back and do a couple of those songs like Dad Said, or it's just great album.
Isn't it great?
Well,
Isn't it great what you learn on this show?
I'll mention too
There you
that
go.
if anyone's in the Charlotte, North Carolina area, this Sunday I'll be hosting and emceeing a tribute to the Double Or Inn, which was a longtime bar here in Charlotte, much missed, and it will feature the Sponge Tones, who are legendary power pop purveyors. And I'll be also with Lenny Federal and my friend Shayna Blake. So it's going to be a huge anniversary for a venue that many of us miss, and come by and say hello. It'll be cool.
Unbelievable.
Have,
You know, no one
has
knows,
anyone-
but when Plastic EP comes to the US, which I have a plan to do that, I will do my best to visit people and they won't know because I won't contact them until before I get there. See, it's like I'd like to get everything on film and then film Plastic EP over the US, right? Something like that I'm going to do. And, you know, it's like when Vicky and I go overseas, it's like the Griswolds. You don't know what's going to happen. It's like that crazy. No, I'm serious here. It's not normal when we go. It's not normal
Well,
when we go overseas. It's
just
just
come
like
to New York
it's like a
City.
trip.
If you come to New York City, both Fred and I can come and visit you because that's close enough for us.
Yeah,
Well,
but
I
you,
mean,
I
do
can
you know
come
that
visit
I
you too,
actually
yeah.
do you know
Oh,
that I
okay.
actually met Fred in New York? Didn't I, Fred? You physically
Yes,
met
you
me.
did.
There you
Yes,
go.
I did.
And I got photos as well. Pretty good.
Plastic,
Oh,
whenever you do sneak over to these parts, I will see you wherever you are, because you know me. I'll travel. I'll come up and see you guys in New York too, just for the heck of it.
I actually
There
want
you
to go to Canada and visit my relatives in Kitchener, but then I want to go across to visit Mr. Shampoo, right? And the band, All You Need Is Love, right? Like I've got this crisscross agenda that no one will know, and I'll be that crazy that it'll be really great. That's what's on the plans. But the point is, people have to understand that at the moment in Australia, I have too many commitments that I can't get away from. It makes my life very, very hard. I do not lead a normal life. Like I don't. You know, people don't understand that. I'm 24/7 married on the net, right? It's like I live on the net in cyberspace. People may not believe me, But it's fact. It's these moments that I live for, being on the net.
That's
I'm
why we want you to come
born.
so we can see you to
Yeah,
prove that
I'm
you're actually
born to be
three-dimensional.
on the net, right? So this is where I live. And then I have a normal life where I take my glasses off. Yeah, go and tell them about it.
I just want to interrupt all of you guys that want to see Plastic EP. You're not going to see him because when you see him, he's not going to have his glasses on, and you're going to see somebody else because I see that person all the time. And it's amazing on the transition that the moment he puts on those glasses, that's who he is. But off the camera, you're
It's
not
like
going
Clark
to.
Kent and Superman, you know?
Yeah,
Well-
that's true. No, that is true.
You know,
That's not a joke.
You know, I'm not kidding you. I mean, we don't even realize that he has those glasses on most of the time, but that is the whole thing about Plastic EP because I don't know anybody that does that. So, you know, when you meet him, Fred, you know what we're talking about. His mannerisms,
Yeah,
everything's different.
he met me without the glasses or just
You know,
a normal person. Is that
He's
right,
just
Fred?
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
That's
Friendly,
true.
normal, whatever. And then when I come on,
Mhm.
yeah,
Pretty
it's
much.
like totally.
Yeah,
I don't sleep
yeah.
in my glasses. I've got to say that. But I got to say one benefit of the glasses, right? When I was doing interviews 24/7, you could roll out of bed, do an interview, and your guest can't see if your eyes are closed or open. So if
I
they're
guess so.
talking through the interview and you're asleep, it doesn't show. I love to exaggerate everything, right? I'm exaggerating it now because I have a warped sense of humor. But I'm just trying to explain to you that the glasses were great because if your eyes were half closed, waking up at 2 or 3 or 4 a.m., you know, they can't see your eyes. So it's been great. But as I said to you, it's like this Superman syndrome. And that doesn't mean when I come to the States, I'm not bringing the glasses because I am. I probably won't bring the gold suit, right? The gold
Yes,
jacket
yes,
and
you
that.
have to have the gold jacket.
Well,
Yeah.
I've already
had
done
these
that,
look-
but I'd probably bring my glasses. Go on, Nathan. You talk to me every day as a
I
mortal.
I have these glasses for a couple of years. Plastic EP, tell them how long you've been wearing those glasses.
I've been wearing these since when I started Plastic EP from like 1978. I started. In 1981, I released my first song. These have been with me right from the early 80s, and it's been on my musical journey. So you've got to understand it's part of the history. It's me. If you look at my film clips, go to Plastic EP on YouTube, you'll see all the videos I've done where I'm wearing the gold jacket and the black skivvy, and that is the true original, you know, Plastic EP.
And-
Before Plastic EP became Hey Bananas, We Think You're Groovy, and did the interviews for 3 years and gave the world 3 years of his life. You know, that's why I can't complain.
And like Michael Ventrella said, you're like Superman character because if you lost those glasses, it would be very hard to be Plastic EP. Is that not true?
No, it's true. I lost them for a week, as you remember, right? 1 week I lost my glasses. They fell under my chin. I didn't know where they were. And it was like I was going all over the house. Where's my glasses? Telling Vicky, you know, this and that. Couldn't find them. And then after a week, I found them under the chair. And also there's an interview that's a very rare one. I was talking to someone and we were celebrating a show and I had helium balloons. And as I'm talking, one of those helium balloons breaks and I thought someone took a shot at me from out the window. And then you see me going, I go, someone taking a shot at me? Like, seriously, that's on video. It's like when I interviewed Bingo from the Banana Splits, and I said, do you know that I did a song called Hey Bananas, We Think You're Groovy? It's been out on the net for years. And do you know that's a tribute to the Banana Splits? I go, and he goes, no. And I go, here's the song now. And I played him the song and he goes, and this is on the interview. And you see the song live, like from the video, and he goes, you know, man, 1968, you nailed it. I said, oh, thank you. That's the biggest honor you can ever get because I loosely based it on the Banana Splits. Up and down the poles we go, whatever you listen to the lyrics. That song came to me while I was taking a bath. I was lying in the bath, true story, I'm not lying, and I go, hey, bananas, we think you're groovy. And I'm going, hey, bananas, we think you're groovy, right? And the song's coming to me. Hey, bananas, we think you're groovy, right? And then I'm going, oh, what a cool song. And then I had another one that I wrote when I was in the shower. And I called Vicky over to write the lyrics, right? So that shows you can write a song anywhere and stay clean in the meantime. It's true.
Stay hermetically.
You can't make this stuff up. Look,
No,
you just can't make up my life. Vicky would
Oh.
walk past with a vacuum cleaner. It's got four wheels on it. And I say, can you come in? She goes, what for? I go, because you're singing on the song. What do you want me to do? Just sing this part. I sang it. She sang it. Done. Instantaneous. The next week she'd come by and there's 3 wheels on the vacuum cleaner. I don't know what she does, right? And I said, hey, stop a minute. She goes, what for? You're singing on this one. Next week, 2 wheels. Then down to 1 wheel, then down to no wheels, like the vacuum cleaner's died, you know, and she just drags it. But you can't make this up. And then what happens is we never told anybody, like for 25 years, I can't keep a secret. For 25 years, I never told the world that I was married to Vicky. It was like the John Lennon syndrome. Don't tell anyone about Cynthia. I know how that came into my head, stupidity, but I can't keep a secret. But I kept it for over 25 years. And at the end, someone clicked and sent me an email and said, when I see an EP's video, you and Vicky seem to be very close. And I said, no more now, all right? Just tell them we're married. Because now I'm married 38 years. We kept that secret, as I said, for over 25. And the secret was Wally and I would be upstairs writing songs. And Vicky would be downstairs and I'd be yelling out, hey, Mrs. Plastic EP, can you make a cup of tea? Hey, can you make a coffee, Mrs. Plastic EP? We called the Mrs. Plastic EP because no one knew. I mean, is that a zany life or what? And then I've got collectibles in every room of the house. And my wife goes, what are you collecting this crap for? What do you need it for? What are you talking about? I live in pop culture. That's me. I need to be surrounded by this stuff. I live it every day. It's true. I mean, do you love collecting stuff? I fill my house where I need another house. It's full.
No, I don't collect anything.
Someone broke into my house and tried to rob me. Hey, I'm serious. Someone broke into my house and tried to rob me, right, and didn't know I had collectibles. They just went through the house and left. And I said to my wife, if there's ever a fire in my place, get out of the way. I've got to get my signed Monkeys poster, and I'll try and get you on the way. I'll try and collect you on the way out.
So next
Oh,
year,
you know,
2024, Plastic EP across America, triple vinyl.
That's
I'm waiting
There you
for it.
There you go.
No,
Yeah.
I love it because I never get the chance to say these things. And as I told you the New York story, didn't I, about the carriage? Did I tell you that story? I love that story. Have you heard that story?
I think
Yeah.
so.
Oh, okay, I'll I love to tell this
We only
story.
have 3 minutes left, though.
Yeah, anyway, it's 2 a.m., right? And me and Vicky are in New York. And you know, with the Beatles, they're on a carriage ride, right? So Vicky's 5 miles down the road. She doesn't like horses. I see this lady, it's after midnight, right? It's like she goes to me, I go, can we get a ride on the carriage? My wife doesn't like horses, though. She's down there. She goes, we can go around Central Park. I can give you the last tour, $200. And I go, I don't want to do the muggers tour. I go, I'm not interested in getting mugged. I'm not going down Central Park. I just need you to take me around this and that. She goes, that'll be $80. And I said, listen, the horse is tired. You're tired. You need to put the horse to eat, this and that. I'll give you $35 US. She goes, you want 1970 prices? And I go, sure do. And then she thought about it. That's a gag. You meant to laugh there, right? You want 1970 prices? Anyway, Vicky's screaming down 5 miles. I'm 5 miles up. I said, come here, come here. She's still down there, right? For half an hour. And then she comes and she goes, what is it? I go, you're the princess and I have the carriage for you. Anyway, she gets on the carriage. We go around. The lady stops. And we've got the, what do you call it, Times Square behind us. But it's pitch dark. I can't see. And then I realized, what, this lady stops. She goes, can I have your camera? She comes off the horse and grabs my camera. And I think, maybe she wants to take my camera. You know, like steal it. I'm thinking, what do you want it? Anyway, she wanted to take a photo. She took 2 photos of us in the carriage. Times Square behind us. I go back to the hotel. I look at the pictures. Pitch dark. I come back to Melbourne. I put it through some software. I lighten it up. There you go. Plastic EP and Mrs. EP in front of Times Square on the carriage. And I've posted that photo because it's a classic on the net. I mean, is that an unbelievable trip?
Oh, yeah.
New York is 24/7. You want pizza, you can have it. You want to go to a hotel and have a beer, you can have it. It's like the Big Apple is non-stop. Time doesn't stop. Am I
Well, I
right?
lived in New York for 5 years. That's the way it is. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it is.
I don't miss it.
I mean, how great is it? You go and get a burger at 3 a.m. and that's normal? Or you want to drink at 5 a.m., that's
Yeah.
normal?
Oh, we go out to places at middle of the night. Absolutely.
That's my kind of lifestyle, but I'm trying to live it here in Australia low key. I mean, I don't want to say too much, but Australia, I'm just saying, we may be behind the 8 ball. Our quality of living, I just want to tell you, it's really great because it's multicultural here. If I want to get the best pizza in the world, I can go and get the best pizza in the world. There's a guy who's got stores or shops, and he's gone to Italy and won the world championship for pizza, and he's here in Melbourne. I want fish and chips, right? I get the best fish and chips like I live in the UK because we're part of the Commonwealth. We've had fish and chips as our staple diet going back forever. If I want Greek food, I go and get souvlaki or whatever I want, it's there. I go to this one tavern that's so reasonable. They have like a banquet, right? It's only $80 Australian. And you sit there and they serve you the best food. It's like you have to know where to go. And like, I know where to go. And my lifestyle, I'm telling you, we're thinking, because I always have like surprises. We go and I take her out to different places. I'm just saying the quality of life for us here in Australia, it's pretty good. That's all I'm saying. Don't get me wrong. If I lived in the States, it's 24/7. You know, like, you guys have got it all. Like, I lived up with this culture here and we had fads, but you guys had fads all the time. Do you know what I mean? The fads were there before they were here.